The news has spread that the Satanic Grotto is planning to hold a Black Mass at the Kansas State Capitol building in Topeka on March 28th. The group has been banned from the rotunda and the Capitol grounds. However, it now says it will defy authorities and enter the state Capitol building to hold its horrific ritual. Regardless of where the satanic ritual is held, the event should not be allowed to take place on public property. What makes this act so vile is that it is to be held in public. Because Black Masses are so repugnant and contrary to decency, they usually take place in secret dens of iniquity. This event's promoters are doing everything possible to appear in the public square and occupy the seat of power with the legal permission of state authorities. The group does nothing to hide its malice or intention to offend. These acts are evil and should not be allowed. This is a truth so evident that any innocent child knows it. No one should have to explain it. It should also be evident to public authorities empowered to safeguard the common good. Causing outrage and indignant protest among citizens clearly does not further the common good. A Black Mass is wrong because it gravely offends God, who, as Creator, has the right to be adored, not abused, by individuals and nations. A Black Mass is an act of rabid denial of this divine right. This is the most important reason for protesting the Black Mass and demanding it be stopped. Archbishop Joseph Naumann of Kansas City has filed a motion for the return of the Eucharist, a consecrated host and consecrated wine a satanic group claims to have stolen, with the Archbishop stating that all sacred species are the property of the Catholic Church. Catholics believe that upon their consecration at Mass, the bread and wine become Jesus Christ, body, blood, soul, and divinity, while still retaining the appearances of bread and wine. The Catholic Church teaches in its catechism that the Eucharist is the source and summit of the Christian life. Through the reception of the Eucharist at Holy Communion, Catholics unite themselves to Christ to form a single body and then are sent forth so that they may fulfill God's will in their daily lives. Also in response to this hideous act, Archbishop Joseph Naumann of Kansas City, Kansas, announced that he will reconsecrate the state to Jesus through the Immaculate Heart of Mary just a few days before a so-called Black Mass planned by a satanic group. Catholic groups respond to this abominable planned act. Public authorities need help from the public. Inside this flawed liberal model, the only way to dethrone the devil is by public protest and reparation. Such prayerful and peaceful protests often give state officials the courage to exercise their lawful power to maintain order and suppress those who cause disorder and chaos. Leftist politicians certainly know how to use this power when it comes to canceling those who oppose their agendas. When state authority refuses to exercise its duty, public protests of reparation can at least lessen the offense of blasphemy and give God the public adoration and atonement he deserves. Doing nothing is not an option. Allowing Satanists to offend God unopposed at the state capitol sends the message that Satan rules in Kansas. That is why this abominable sacrilege should be forbidden. To protest against this sacrilege, the tradition, family, and property is calling on Catholics to join a rosary rally on the south side of the Kansas Capitol in reparation for an anti-Catholic, satanic, Black Mass event planned for March 28th. God is under attack after government officials granted approval for a satanic Black Mass at the Kansas State Capitol building on March 28th. The public sacrilege will reportedly include the hateful desecration of a consecrated host, prompting outrage and plans for an on-site protest, explains a notice from the conservative Catholic organization, American Society for the Defense of Tradition, Family, and Property, TFP, which is sponsoring a rosary rally nearby as the blasphemous event takes place. Catholic Vote has also asked its followers to show up on the 28th to protest in order to stop Eucharistic desecration. The only purpose of a Black Mass is to attack God, mock the Catholic Mass, and desecrate the Holy Eucharist, said John Horvat II, Vice President of the American TFP. TFP and its America Needs Fatima campaign are inviting Catholics to attend a rosary rally of reparation on the south side of the Kansas State Capitol on March 28th, starting at 10:15 a.m. The purpose of the peaceful protest is simple: to express above all else our love for God and His Blessed Mother and defend the Holy Mass, said Mr. Horvat. America is one nation under God, and we will fight to keep it that way. The victorious Saint Michael the Archangel already defeated the powers of darkness. He can defeat Satan again at the Kansas State House.